Hello guys. In this video you can watch the story of Girls Meets Boy. We can split the video screen into two parts. On the left side you can see the story visually, and on the right side you can see the story in text form. So you can improve your English by reading and try to visualize the story and focus on the sentence.
Let's watch a first part of the story.
My story starts in late July. It was July 21st. I think. It was the first day of our holiday. The hot July day. I stood in the sun and looked at the sea. It was 11 o'clock in the morning. I was on the boat at Chain the boat with my mother and father and sister, Shravya. Seabirds played near our big boat, and the small boats near us on the sea. I started to look at the people with us on our boat. They all watched the seabirds and talked and laughed. They were all happy on the first day of their holiday too. And suddenly there he was. This tall, white boy in a blue and white shirt. He was really good looking. I will always remember the first time I saw him. He did not see me then. He was with some friends. One of the boys was his brother. I think. They had the same blue eyes, the same mouth and nose, nearly the same hair. His brother and one of the boys with him tried to catch the seabirds, and he smiled at them. Then they came and stood near us. They talked about the small boats on the sea. I watched him over Shravya's head all the time. His brother and his friends made a lot of noise, but he was quiet and did not talk a lot. Then suddenly he looked at me, and his eyes stayed quietly on me, and he smiled with his shy blue eyes. The people near me on the boat, the sun, the sea, the birds, the noise of his friends, time, it all stopped. At that moment there was only him and me and him and his smile for me. Oof, only the two of us. Slowly, very slowly, the boat started to move away across the water to Sri Lanka. It takes a day and a night on the boat, from Chennai to Colombo, in Sri Lanka. A day and a night together on the same boat with him. It was a big new boat with cafe, shops, a cinema, and a disco. In the evening Shravya and I went to the disco together. We had a coke and listened to the music and watched the dancers, but he was not there. Then, suddenly a tall boy in a black and white shirt come in. It was him. He was with a friend. They stopped and looked slowly at all the people in the disco. It was dark in there, and he stood and looked for a long time. Then he saw me, and he smiled a big friendly smile. I wanted to stand up and sing and dance. Yes, dance with him. He came across the room and stopped near our table, and he asked me to dance. Suddenly he was not shy with me. We danced together for a long time after that. But then I looked up, and there was a second tall boy in a blue and white shirt at the door of the disco, with the same eyes, and the same mouth, and nearly the same hair. But the boy near the door had the nice, quiet, shy face, not a big, open, friendly smile. Suddenly I knew this was his brother with me on the dance floor. Not him. I was with the wrong brother. He stood for a moment near the door and watched me and his brother on the dance floor with sad eyes. I wanted to run to him, to take his sad face in my hands and say, "Sorry." He looked at me. Then he went out quickly. I stopped dancing, walked back to my table and sat down. His brother started to dance with Shravya. I did not sleep that night. I thought about him all the time and listened to the noise of the boat and the sea. In the morning, I went to the cafe at 8 o'clock and waited there with my sister for a long time. I wanted to say sorry to him. I had 4 cups of coffee, and I do not really like coffee, but he did not come. Where was he? Where was he? At 11 o'clock, we arrived in Colombo. I wanted to stop the boat. I wanted to stop the holiday. I wanted to go back to India. I only wanted to see him again, to talk to him, to ask his name. But he was not there.
I started English at school and started to look at the people. And this girl was there, near me. A really good looking girl, with nice brown eyes, and black hair. In the evening we had a drink. I don't like dancing, but